Hi, this is Bodie Its Way, and this is your NWI.com daily news update for Friday, November 4th. A Lake Superior Court jury deliberated about an hour Thursday before finding 63-year-old Douglas Thompson guilty of murdering his wife of 41 years. The verdict followed 3 hours of closing arguments by the prosecution and defense. Lake Criminal Court Judge Clarence Murray set sentencing for December 1st. Family members last year discovered the body of 62-year-old Beverly Thompson in a pool of blood on an upper landing of her Dyer home. She had been struck in the back of her head with a weapon that was never found. Officials in Hobart are continuing an investigation into identifying the remains of a human body found after a fire Wednesday. While responding to a garage fire at a home in the 100 block of South Wisconsin Street Wednesday night, firefighters encountered the remains. Hobart Fire Chief Brian Taylor said Thursday the individual's identity is unknown, as is the cause of the fire. Authorities are hoping to use dental records to confirm the victim's identity, but it wasn't immediately clear this morning when results would be revealed. The State Fire Marshal's Office and Hobart police detectives are investigating the matter. An East Chicago wastewater treatment facility, its owner and manager were charged Thursday in federal court with conspiracy and felony violations related to violations of the Clean Water Act. Tierra Environmental owner Ronald Holmes and manager Stuart Roth were charged in a 7-count indictment from a grand jury for illegally discharging wastewater into Hammond Sanitary District sewers from a closed facility. According to the indictment, Tierra's East Chicago facility did not hold a permit to discharge industrial waste to the East Chicago Sanitary District sewer system, and the facility's connection to that sanitary system was sealed shut. The indictment alleges Tierra, Holmes, and Roth avoided paying for the treatment and disposal of wastewater by taking it to a facility Holmes owned in Hammond. Low-income families in Indiana who rely on federal aid to help pay for their heating bills will get about a third less money this winter than last year under changes imposed by a state agency in response to expected federal cutbacks. The Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority says heating assistance recipients will get about $225 this heating season. That's $130 less than last year, but will allow the agency to help about the same amount of people as last year, 169,000 households. The reduction comes as a congressional panel is trying to cut at least $1.2 trillion to reduce the federal budget deficit. And finally, 2 national tax policy research and advocacy groups say NIPSCO's corporate parent was one of 30 large profitable companies that paid far less than 35% corporate tax rate over the last few years. In a report released Thursday, Citizens for Tax Justice and the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy listed NiSource among 280 companies that received nearly $223 billion in tax subsidies between 2008 and 2010. Maryville-based NiSource earned more than $500 million in profit between 2008 and 2010, but had an income tax benefit of nearly $250 million over that same time frame. A NiSource spokesman said Thursday the report was misleading because it didn't adequately acknowledge tax law changes that occurred during the past couple of years. Remember, you can stay up to date on all local news and information at NWI.com and continue checking us out on Facebook, Twitter, or through your iPhone or Android-powered device. Thanks for logging on, and have a good weekend.